Hello, welcome to the show. I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do all that important stuff. Enjoy yourself. Today we start with e4, c5, the Sicilian defense. I play knight to f3 to hopefully push my pawn to d4, occupy some space I can take back with the knight, and then have the two knights on the c3 and d4 squares. They play d6, this opens up the light squared bishop, and it also prevents white from pushing the pawn to e5 after black eventually plays knight f6. I played d4, offering the trade, like I explained earlier. C takes, leaving black with two central pawns while white only has one. So I don't want to let black have that advantage, so I take with the knight. And now we both have one central pawn and I've activated my knight, putting me back on top. Knight f6 develops the knight, prepares to castle, and also attacks the pawn on e4 because it's undefended. I play knight c3 to defend the pawn and begin some development on the queen side. We get a6. This stops my light squared bishop from coming up to b5, and it also prepares to push their pawn to b5 instead. I play c4. This is the Lipnitsky attack in the open knight off. They play b5. This is a fine move. It kicks out the bishop, but it's a little too soon to push that pawn. They definitely should have played e6 instead. I play bishop d5, attacking the rook and offering the trade for the knight. They accept. I take. And they play e5. This is a mistake because it attempts to activate the bishop, but actually you're just creating a backwards pawn for yourself. The bishop is still blocked and you can't castle. So a much better approach would be to play g6, because now you can develop the bishop to g3. I mean, g7, my bad. Develop the bishop to g7 and the pawn on d6 is defended by the pawn on e7, and after putting the bishop on g7 you can then castle, so it's a little bit of a better approach. I take, damaging his structure. They take back, this is good. I castle, they push to e5. This move is fine, it kicks out my knight. I play rook to e1, pinning the pawn to the king. They play g6. I play bishop e3. The reason that this is good is because if black plays e7, then I play queen f3, and after rook a7, knight e6, bishop takes, then I take the knight, and it's just winning material. They play b4, kicking my knight, but ignoring the threat mainly. I play knight d5. This is an okay move, but in retrospect I probably should have played something else. It wins material, but I could have done better. They play bishop d7. This is a mistake because, sure, it develops the bishop, but you can develop it much better by putting it on b7 instead, because it just puts it on the long diagonal, it attacks the knight. If the knight moves, then there's a battery threat. Yeah, it's just much better. But instead we get d7, knight f3, knight c6, defending the pawn. I play bishop b6. This attacks with tempo and forcing the queen to move. We get queen b6, putting the queen on a more active square, getting it out of danger. I play knight g5, get bishop e7, attacking the knight. I play knight c7 check, defended by the bishop, attacking the rook. They move the king out of the way, go to f7. I play queen f3 check, forcing the king to move, and also pinning the knight. I play queen f7 check, defending my knight by pinning the bishop. King to h6, this is forced. I play bishop e3, we get takes, takes, takes. I take back with the rook. They play knight to d4. This is a mistake because now it is mate in 8. I play rook to h3. The king moves to g5. I play queen to e7. The king goes to f5. I play g4 check. They take. I put the rook on g3 with check. They move the king to f5. I move the queen to g5. They have to move the king to e4. And then I play rook e3 checkmate, ending the game.